Hi, everyone. This is Susan Knowles with Knowles on the News. I'm here today with Louis Arthur, who is the founder of Veterans on Patrol. And I wanted to have him come on so he can tell us a little bit about his organization so you can learn a little bit more about who they are and what they do. So, Louis, tell us who you are and what you do in your organization.
VOP, Veterans on Patrol, we're a coalition. We're a coalition comprised of Americans. We're veteran advocates. We're veterans. We're combat veterans. We're firefighters. We're law enforcement officers. We're militia. We're politically inclined folks. We're ministries. Any American that wants to come to a round table, help us combat the veteran suicide epidemic with a major throat punch using awareness. And let's get out there and stop fighting with each other until we go and check on all of our homeless vets living on these streets. And that's our mission. It's an oath we've all taken together. Wherever a Veterans on Patrol base is established in the community, that we all come together and we lay aside all of our political differences, our religious differences, our racial differences. We don't focus on what divides us. You know, we focus on our warfighters sleeping in the streets. They're what unites us, basically.
So basically what you do is you go out and you look for the homeless veterans and then get those homeless veterans off the street. That's your mission. And then what else do you do with the homeless veterans?
Well, out of our bases, we look for communities that are in crisis, you know, where you have divided communities, where you have high poverty, inadequate support from local city governments, you know, and we try to move into those communities and make the streets cleaner, safer, and we send out search units. Like today, we'll be having another one. We have them almost every day, maybe one day a week. We might miss one, but we go out on recons. We get intel of where the homeless camps are, where the homeless vets are, and then we go out with the team. We make contact with them. We get a list of anything they need. We offer to bring them back to base here if they want to come stay with us. But that's our goal, is to go out and find every homeless vet. But we just don't help vet. You know, an Alpha base has different dynamics. Most of those who follow us know that I'm in Tucson and Bravo base, and we have a lot of homeless women, you know, and they were getting beaten in these parks. They were getting raped. They were getting pimped out, and they were pretty much defenseless. There's inadequate shelter for them. There's a lot of mental illness. Most shelters don't want to deal with someone that you have to have a constant battle buddy with. So we bring them to base, and we're their constant battle buddy ourselves.
And so you feed these individuals and you take them for medical care if they need it, and you're also helping them get off the streets into housing too. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Some of the homeless, and it's a pretty decent sized number, don't want to go into a home. They don't want to be a part of a program. They just want to be homeless. We want to make sure they still have food, water, and they're taken care of. You know, even though they're homeless, it doesn't make them un-American. They're our American neighbors, and we're supposed to love thy neighbors. So we take care of everyone, but we have a specific mission for our vets. And that's, man, we find you and you're entitled to benefits. We're going to fight, and we're going to get you everything you're entitled to. If you want to get off the streets, you don't have to stay on the streets. If anyone's going to get a home in this country, it's going to be the American warfighter sleeping on these streets first before anyone else. We prioritize our neighbors first.
And then how do you run the organization? Do you have cash donations, or how does it work?
Veterans on Patrol, the program's still evolving. We're our third month into it, and I'm almost finished outlining an entire program directive. You know, each base is independently operated. I don't micromanage the bases. Not Charlie down in Nogales, not Alpha up in Phoenix. You know, at Bravo, I have my hands full down here with the battle with the city. A lot of the homeless that are scattered out. Women have no shelter. Community's just broken. I mean, we're pulling out syringes, crack pipes out of parks, you know, and we've got our hands full down here. We run on donations and volunteers. The program's not going to be something that I would ever permit to turn into a nonprofit. We're an SSO. It's self-sacrificing organization. which means we volunteer all of our time. I don't get paid. No one underneath me gets paid. There is nobody being paid to do this work. All the donations, we use social media, Veterans on Patrol on Facebook. We'll put a list of what we need. We've got a shipping address. It goes out across the city to contacts we've already made locally. Then it'll hit Phoenix, it'll hit Nogales, and it'll hit other parts of the country who are paying attention to what we're doing and our mission. And those items will come to us. We always get what we've needed. It's always been provided. The more people send into us, the further out we go and the more people we find to help. And everything goes to them. We are out here for them. The one thing we found as 5 years, I've been involved in the Patriot movement pretty heavily. And I was in the beginning more on the political side, and all liberals are stupid, and I mean, that's just the way it was. Then I met a friend who happened to be a veteran, and turned out he needed a battle buddy, and I became his battle buddy. And he was a liberal, and I disagreed with everything that he stood for. I mean, I did. And then I kind of, something didn't feel right. I've got a child. She's 6 years old. I don't want her to inherit a nation where we look at each other for reasons that we can't work together or reasons that we don't like each other, and then we stop fighting with each other just for a little while. It doesn't matter what people are arguing about. If you're worried about the government coming to harm you, then prepare for it. I mean, if you're that worried about it, don't talk about it. Don't spend all your time on social media talking about it. You're worried about who's going to be the next president. Well, knock yourself out. But there's people out here that need help. Don't bash each other. Exchange your ideas. We have Occupy Tucson down here. We've got a lady from there that tutors one of the assistants we have out here who's getting her GED and getting her life together so she can be reunited with her son. That is an organization that some people in VOP didn't like. Well, no, we can't have liberals coming. It's like, no, we're not going to argue over any of that. We want everyone to come because the American warfighter, the veterans on these streets, they fought for every idea out there in America. Every idea. Every constitutional idea that promoted life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. The veterans fought for that. Even if we disagree with each other's interpretation of what liberty is, we agree that we both have liberty. And we're not going to fight with each other over how we express it, And we'll express it in a way to build each other up, not tear each other down.
So just make sure that everybody who's listening to this understands you're not an established nonprofit organization under 501c3. You don't want to be, and you don't want to take cash donations because you don't want to have, you just don't want it to be that type of organization. You don't want it to be run by the government. You want it to be run by the people. Is that what I'm hearing?
The program's designed to where the communities can get out and take their communities back, where we can come in and facilitate and help mediate and get groups working together. But we don't need a fundraiser. I tell people this, I've fought with people in this organization, and there's been attempts to even take a base and we're just going to take this base and go do our own thing. But I've explained to everybody, we don't need money. Okay. We need people to reach in their pocket, pull out a give a damn, start telling people that there's 22 war fighters, more than that, killing themselves every day in the United States of America while we're arguing about who the next president is going to be. And it doesn't matter because, it doesn't matter. We're fighting over all these dumb things and destroying each other. And is that what the war fighters, is that what we're sending our soldiers overseas for? Just so we can destroy each other? Because you know what? I wouldn't want to come back to a nation if the nation I was fighting for was over there destroying each other, slinging mud at each other, hurting each other, and not even taking care of the homeless veterans who fought for their right to fight with each other.
So, I mean, it sounds like your organization is more of let's take care of the immediate problem and the real problem of what people need on a daily basis to stay alive and to show your appreciation to the veterans and non-veterans. Especially the veterans who have served their country and they're living on the street, you want to show your appreciation and help them. And also, I wanted to know, if somebody wanted to do an organization like this in their community, no matter what state it is, how would they go about doing it? What's involved, and how do they get started?
Well, I would just tell everyone that's watching right now, I'd say the easiest way right now would be to go ahead and deploy out here to Tucson, Arizona, or you can deploy out here to Phoenix, Arizona. Come out to one of the bases, and we will explain, how we organize together and how to get your community involved and the sacrifices that it's going to take. It's not easy. If you think you can get 3 to 4 people together and open up a base, to do all the work it requires, I'm sorry, but in America now, it requires a whole lot of work of doing good nonstop just to keep local city government officials off your back. It's got to be nonstop. We are out there down here in Tucson nonstop. We're finding vets. We're getting their warrants taken care of. We're helping homeless people get their warrants taken care of. We're housing them, trying to get them into a shelter or into some type of housing or employment. And, these are individual lives, and it takes nonstop work. You don't get paid for it. But, when you see that person, when I've done this twice, when you get to go to someone else's apartment that was sleeping in the gutter before you cross their path and have dinner at their table, and you played a part in that, and you get that feeling inside and say, and you feel like you've done something good, that's because you have. And we encourage people, if you want to have that feeling, you come down, even if it's for 3 days, if you've got a team and like, hey, man, we're a church ministry, or, we work with the American Legion. They're one of our sponsors down here, Unit 73, the auxiliary women's there. I mean, Casa Adobes, and come on down. There's no other way really to explain it. You can look for excuses not to come down, but at the end of the day, we get up every single day, 24/7. We are open. We have people out looking for our vets. We're taking food, water, shelters out to people in these deserts that are far out and not near resources, providing free medical care, reuniting families. Our biggest success so far has been reuniting our homeless with their loved ones. And then we make that contact with their family, and we say, this is who we are, and this is why we're out here. And, this is your loved one. And we want to let you know that they're safe, and that we're going to help them. So we don't want you to worry about them. But if you'd like to talk to them, they're here. And you slowly mediate whatever it was, and there's always 9 times out of 10 something that's got that bridge burnt. But no one will take care of our homeless like their families. So our first objective is to get them back with their families, and that takes time.
And what do they do when you first come out and they're first aware of Veterans on Patrol? Are they shocked? Are they happy with it? What's their reaction to you guys?
We've had a lot of people that have just said, thank God you were there. And it's like, in my mind, yeah, thank God. Don't thank Louis Arthur. We've got enough people out there that are doing everything they can to make this about Louis Arthur and his 22-day walkabout for veteran homeless and suicide awareness. No one intended Veterans on Patrol to be needed until we found out what was happening on the ground, And it's not Louis Arthur. It's a coalition. It's every group. It's Patriotic Warriors. It's 3UP. It's AP3, AZBR. It's the Christian Motorcycle Association. It's America's Overwatch Motorcycle Association, the Legion Riders, Combat Veteran Motorcycle Associations. It's about 13 local businesses. It's every single person who's come out here, donated a case of water, come out here, sit, help us feed the poor, come out here, pulled security at nighttime so our women that are in, not safe conditions on these streets and have bad guys looking for them so they can sleep without being disturbed. That's what Veterans on Patrol is. It can never be about Louis Arthur, because without every single individual I named and didn't name, there would be no Veterans on Patrol. And, we're blessed. So.
And so really, if somebody wants to try to do an organization like this, they really should come out for a couple of days, see how you run it, and you'll help train them. Is
Yes,
that fair to say? Okay.
And if need be, we're going down. I don't know when, but I'm waiting for one of our sponsors. He's a buddy of mine, family. We all become family. But Melvin Lee, and he's just an awesome patriot. And, he works so hard, and he loves this country so much. He's a vet. And we're going to be going out to outside El Paso, where John and Minetta Pate, I'm not sure if it's Veneta or Veneta. I always forget that. But they came out here for a weekend from Texas. They rode their Harley out from Texas, came out here a weekend, went on recons with us, went on patrols, went on humanitarian food aid drops, you know, saw how we all worked together, picked up trash, weed eated the sidewalk. So, you know, it just made the community just look better and feel better. We're going to be going out there to help them because they've already got 40-something acres, and they're going to make a safe place for homeless vets, you know, and they're going to need structures. And, you know, Veterans on Patrol, we don't operate by a fundraiser. We're never going to. The minute it turns into about selling T-shirts or raising money, I ask anyone, if you're going to consider making a monetary donation, please don't. If you want to help us, you can go to some of the groups that are part of us. You can go to certain nonprofits that, you know, will take that donation, buy the materials, and then give them to us. Because we're only going to work with people who are going to have full transparency. No one's going to get paid, you know. But you know, it can be done. It's a lot of work. But once you start, once you meet these people out here, I've met some people that I've read in history books. It's amazing. Wow. Some of the people out here, bankers, lawyers, people who used to be multi-millionaires. Some of these people don't even want a tent. They're so humble. No, I'm fine. I don't want any comfort. Wow. You know, wow. I mean, they're fine the way they are, but we still check on them. You know, let them know we're watching and we're here if they need anything.
Well, and I think somebody who really wants to do this has to really feel called to do this, has to feel in their heart that it's put upon their heart to help homeless people, and whether they're veterans or whomever they are. And they really have to know, as you said, this isn't easy. It's not going to be something where you come back and sit in an easy chair and do nothing. It's going to be something where you have to come out and know that it's going to be hard work. You're going to have to feed the homeless. You're going to have to protect the homeless. You're going to have to do walkabouts to find them and to make sure that they're taken care of, and then take them to have you know, medical care or whatever else that they may need, and eventually maybe try to get some into housing. So it is a full-time job that you're not going to get paid to do. The rewards are going to be doing God's work and making a difference in somebody's life. Is that pretty much sum it up?
Yes, and it's also, I always try to express that the program that's been designed, and, you know, we're still fine-tuning a lot of the points. And it's not so much as a program as it's pretty much common sense, and it's using your moral compass. It's trying to do the next right thing. We're all going to fail. That's why we never make the calls about any one individual. You make it about me, I'll fall on my face. I could fall on it every day, but I get back up. I have a different perspective and a view of my faith. You know, I believe that my Lord and Savior will forgive me, and he expects me to fall, you know. But if you make it about me, you're going to have constant disappointment. If you make it about the cause and you're going out there to help these people, you will never be disappointed. You will never not smile back when you see someone look up and you hand them a piece of paper, and here, your warrants have been taken care of. You don't have to hide no more. Let's get you back here to base, and we're going to get you. I mean, we're doing a case like that right now. When you see that smile and that relief, and it's like, I'm getting that second chance, you know, that's what it should always be about, not one person. And that's why I have a problem with politicians, because everyone looks for a person to lead us, a person to be our voice. What I'm looking for is the people to come together and use their voice together to do something good, so we can build something and stop destroying each other.
And if somebody is interested in helping your group, how do they get in touch with you? Where do they go to find out more?
If you go to Veterans on Patrol on Facebook, it pretty much covers everything. You'll see what we do every day. We can't post all the stories about a lot of people because they don't want their picture out there. They don't want their name out there, and we respect. You know, we do the best of our possibility to keep certain people out of pictures that are posted. We're not 100% foolproof, but, you know, we do have a short staff. You know, it's hard to find people that are this passionate about it. But if you want to contact Veterans on Patrol, you can send a message. You can call me, 480-842-1833. And I'll help. Usually text me first if I don't answer. So his phone doesn't stop. But I want everybody also remember, you know, Susan, that, you know, 22 veterans commit suicide every day. Part of our platform is to give our warfighters in crisis out there a purpose. And we found many warfighters who were in crisis before they started coming to volunteer, and now they're out there leading the charge. That's why it's Veterans on Patrol. As the founder, I'm a veteran advocate. I look towards our veterans and our combat veterans specifically. That community is being decimated. 9 out of 10 divorce rates in 5 years for a combat vet. So they go and sacrifice, and 9 out of 10 of them lose their families, and we don't even pay attention to ours, and it's sad. If we don't go out and change that, I barely get to spend time with my family. But I've had 6 solid, wonderful years with my daughter that I've raised up to this point. And now it's my job to go out and build something for her.
Well, and I think this is a really good opportunity for veterans who are looking to, there are a lot of veterans I talk to that want to give back. They want to do something. They feel like their brothers and sisters are out there and they really need help. It sounds like your group is something where veterans can really get involved and get active in this and really make a difference in another veteran's life. And so hopefully people will see this and they will contact you and they will become active.
And they don't have to be compassionate about homelessness or the poor. That might not be your cause. Remember, VOP is a roundtable. If you are about, resolving this nation's problems in a political fashion, there's political organizations that contribute. If you are for doing Christian ministry in other ways, like spreading the gospel, well, there's ministries that help us. If you're for doing benefit rides on your Harley, there's motorcycle associations. There are purposes out there. So if you're an American warfighter right now, understand you have a purpose. We have so many purposes for you, and we need you. We need you to help us go find these vets because we pledged and we're not going back on our word. We're not going to fight. We're not going to get involved in the politics or any of the nonsense until we've done a buddy check on every single homeless vet. And in state of Arizona, and I'm hoping to see the entire country, other states, just like Florida and Texas are getting ready to start. Let's get other people across this country say, you know what, we're not going to fight with each other. But we need our vets. I tell everybody, we need our combat veterans. We need our veterans. We need them in our community. We need their leadership. We need them in our businesses. We need to hire them. We need to get rid of this PTSD phobia and stop looking for excuses of why you can't hire a combat veteran. It's okay for them to go over there and do their job, but when they come back, it's a challenge to hire a combat veteran because of PTSD. That's ridiculous.
Well, it also gives churches an opportunity, I would think, too, to join with you and promote their ministry while helping you do your work. So I encourage the churches to contact you, find out more about what you do, and start helping out that way as well. So it seems like for a lot of people, again, who are looking for whatever their ministry is, that they can join with you and promote their ministry as well as helping the homeless there in Arizona and elsewhere. So I'm hoping that they will. Now,
long as they respect that all VOP operations, all of our field operations, all of our base operations, that is as neutral as you're going to get it. We don't bring our personal agendas to the program. We just come to help.
Right. So keep your politics at home is what I'm hearing, and
Left,
just come
right,
there.
Love you. Come on. Black, white. Come on. Christian, atheist, doesn't matter. I'm an American Christian patriot, but I love each and every one of you, and I'll work with any of you if you'll help us complete this mission. Yeah,
it's a higher goal than just coming and spreading your own agenda. It's not about you or anybody else. It's about coming and doing the work and doing what's important. Anything else that you would like to say before we close?
It's very important for those who see this. There's a few things that we need to get out there. First, when you see us on the Veterans on Patrol Facebook page, when we post the phone number of a business or someone who's done something nice, and we ask for phone calls, don't assume that everyone else is calling, because everyone else is assuming everyone else is calling. And we want to show these businesses and these sponsors and these donors that keep us in SSO, that keep us supplied so we can help everyone. We want to show them that they're appreciated, and we want to call and thank them. And if they're local, we want to go and shop there. We want to take our business to them. We just had Superior Steel, They're making 22 custom markers. We're building the Walking for the Forgotten Veteran Suicide Memorial from my other ministry. We're building that memorial down here. They just donate it. They're designing, they're cutting them. I'm going to have 22 crosses for the new memorials. We've got their number posted on there. Thank them. Call them and say thank you for helping us. Porta potty places, you know. When we post these businesses' numbers, we need to make sure that, you know, we're telling them thank you. And it's hard for us as short staff to keep on top of everything. If we don't get back to you in a while, don't think we've forgotten about you. Don't take things personally. You know, all this can change, and we can get a whole lot better if you get involved. If you become boots on the ground, if you come down here on the front lines with us, and, you know, you help us with Boots Online, getting the message out, you know, telling people this is who we are. Direct them to the messages that we send out into our page. Because anytime you try to do something good, evil rears its ugly head, and then you have all these complications, all these egos, all these false accusations. And I've instructed, you know, our team that we're not going to engage with these people. You know, we'll make a quick minute video, and 3-4 days it's taken down. We forget about it. All right, we address it and move on. Because people will try to destroy you when you're doing the right thing. They don't understand it. It's unknown to them. They automatically suspect that there's it's for some other purpose. But I can assure you, you know, in 3 months I've been living on the streets with them. I've only been home 2 days. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than amongst all these wonderful people. I love them. They're my family. That's my church out here. You know, these are my people. These are Americans. And these are the people I'm going to fight for. So come fight for them with us. We need you.
Great. Well, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for people to get involved and do something positive. And hopefully people will, again, give you a call and talk to you about what they can do to help you. So Louis Arthur of Veterans on Patrol, thank you so much for being here today, and we hope to get the word out for you.
Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it.